Hey guys, welcome back to We Watched Movie. I am Mike, and I'm so tired. I'm tired, people. I'm sick of this shit. So, as it so often does, a wonderful day was interrupted by a barrage of bullshit. Whenever some random ass account does something like this, they just send everybody running around in circles answering questions. What about this? Did you hear about this? Try. It just wastes so much of people's time. And it makes me crazy. So anyways, I'm getting ahead of myself. So today I logged into Twitter, or I'm sorry, X, because we're living in fucking bizarro world. I logged into X and I see this, I'm being tagged by people. Have you seen this? I hope this is true. By the V Scooper. This story by the Vagina Scooper. Maybe, I don't know, who knows what V stands for. Could stand for venereal disease. I don't know, but this account with the header, "It's scooping time," with 1,529 followers, that just joined in March of 2023, post this. A Nightmare on Elm Street requel is in development. Blumhouse has been secretly working on making a requel of the first entry of this saga. This revival is a high priority. We don't have a date yet. We shouldn't expect it so far away. Now that we're here and all this is bullshit. Hashtag the V Scooper nostalgia. Look, so you look up the account. I just told you how many followers they are, how long they've been around. You'll immediately just think when you see that, okay, buddy, sure. And you just scroll on and move on across your day. This is a nameless, faceless account. Nobody knows who they are. They can say whatever the hell they want to, and there's just no repercussions for it whatsoever. I'm not paying any attention to this shit. And then you look down, 785 fucking retweets. 269,000 people saw this. And people are just fucking running with it at face value. This is fact now. This is happening now. Blumhouse is doing a requel of Nightmare on Elm Street because the V Scooper said it. Do me because you're the V Scooper. That's from 40-year-old version. He's like, do me because you're the yo-yo master. But just amazing. Amazing that this is just being ran with this fact fucking everywhere. Now, I just don't understand. I don't understand what... I just don't understand. I don't understand what's so hard about just looking into something for a second, you know? Just look into it. Like, fuck me. And it amazes me how much people defend it. They're like, no, it's definitely true. Like, why? I believe it, man. I fucking believe it. I don't know what to tell you. Anyways, look. A long time now, there's been a rumor going around through back channels or like wherever you want to put it, that a lot of people have known about, that there was a bidding war for Nightmare on Elm Street. Like, I'm not releasing anything that's not known, because I see a lot of channels and a lot of people talking about this in regards to this. And one of them was obviously, as you would expect, would be Blumhouse. And what would Blumhouse do with the Nightmare on Elm Street if they got it? They would probably do a fucking requel. And this was long before The Exorcist was announced or any of that stuff. So yeah, that makes sense. This is a piece, although wrongly purported here, of what a lot of us have heard over a year ago. But has this happened? Did Blumhouse win? Are they doing it? No, they're not. 2 seconds. Click on the thing. Scroll down. What do we have here? This fine gentleman, Brad Miska, says things changed, but the last I heard, this is not true. Well, he's the co-founder of Bloody Disgusting. He still runs Bloody Disgusting, and he's been around for a lot longer than 5 months. And an official, legit, established website that only ever runs news that they know is true, that double checks their sources, that does everything journalistic with integrity that you're supposed to do. This is the guy who runs that website, who has more connections, I fucking guarantee you, than the V Scooper. Do me, because you're the face scooper. And he's telling you right beneath this tweet, hey, this is not true. You know how many retweets that has? 1. Fucking 1. This is the world we live in. Everybody would rather something newsworthy be true and just run with it than actually just ask themselves, is this fucking true or not? Dealt with it with Halloween. We had Hobo Myers running around with a pickaxe or some dumb shit, and they released the toys of it at one point. We dealt with it on Scream when people swore to God Nev Campbell was coming back, and the studio's lying, and Nev Campbell's lying, and they know she's coming back. We dealt with it there too. Dealing with it with Nightmare on Elm Street. There is no truth anymore, and it sucks, man, because it spends everybody running around chasing their tails, and it gets people's hopes up, and it misleads people, and it makes some people look really dumb. And I also reached out to a couple of the people that I've heard the news of the bidding war and stuff like that from before, and they're like, I have no idea what this person's talking about. And it's so simple. Like, we talk about this with We Got This Covered all the time. It's the same ploy that they do all the time. They put out an article that makes sense. Jim Carrey's gonna do an Ace Ventura 3. That could happen, right? I think that could happen. Yeah, that'll probably happen. Well, let's say it's happening now, so that will look like we're insiders and we have the scoop. And then we'll get a bunch of fucking retweets, and then we'll get a bunch of fucking shares. And then if it does come true, if we just get lucky at that guess what we're going to do for our next 150 articles? The same source that told us Jim Carrey was going to be in Ace Ventura 3 also tells us this, so you know it's true. They have a great track record. They've been right about this or that before. And on the cycle fucking continues, but nobody ever brings up the shit that they slap out there that they got wrong. I won't be surprised if this is not true at all. I really don't. I think it's like 99% bullshit with specks of truth in it. And also, I won't be surprised if nothing comes of this. It's never brought up again. And next year, V-Scooper has the new scoop on Halloween Ends, and it gets 800 fucking retweets. You know what I'm saying? It's just so disappointing. It just makes me crazy. I don't understand it. So, anyways, another notch in this, and this is where the actual sort of update comes in. At least we get a bit of something out of this. Website One Take News, which is written and handled by Big Screen Leaks, which is a far more established, scooper or whatever, and that whole business, been around for a long time, 67,000 followers, track record, all that stuff actually makes sense when it comes to this person. Puts out this website. Okay, they're like, okay, here's everything that I've been hearing over the past year since this thing came out. And he says it himself in his article that we hate to be the bearer of bad news, but One Take News has heard that at the time of this article, Blumhouse is not developing a new Elm Street project. Again, the person who runs Bloody Disgusting, not a leak account, not a scoop account, none of that stuff like that, just said, I don't know anything about this, what he said. And now the scooper account that's been around forever says it's not happening. And yet people are still like, no, I believe Random Jizz 9412, who's been around for 8 fucking minutes. Sorry. He says, Blumhouse is not developing a new Elm Street project and the rights do not belong to them. However, this is where the good part comes in. Because let's face it, Sid, these days, you gotta have a sequel. Says, however, we have heard whispers. Your whispering eye, which means vagina. We have heard whispers of New Line Vagina Scooper. We have heard whispers of New Line regaining the rights, but have not confirmed this. We reached out to New Line, and we'll update the article if they do respond. Now, corroborating exactly with what I heard about the bidding war, they also say in here that, as Bloody Disgusting reported, Wes Craven's estate has the rights, and that New Line was bidding to get the rights, and so was Blumhouse. And Jason Blum wants the rights. Jason Blum has said he wants the rights before, several times, to this and Friday the 13th. So they're basically confirming that. And per a report from Puck, it was revealed New Line Cinema, who's released every film in the franchise, was negotiating to maintain the domestic rights to the franchise, as well as develop future films. As of now, it is unknown what came of that. And then they go on to say, and again, go back over to the V-Scooper here, and just look at this guy's answering people and just saying random ass shit. The idea is that England returns, but also heard a proposal to make Freddy CGI, but with his voice, hope they continue with the makeup on the actor instead. And yes, Blumhouse wants to make trilogies of everything, so more of this can come. Bullshitty titty on all CGI fucking Freddy Krueger. Like, the whole thing is shut the fuck up. And look, I find it hard to believe. I'm willing to bet, just in my personal opinion, if Blumhouse was involved in the bidding rights and all that's true, that when they helped with Universal and Morgan Creek pay $400 million to do the requel treatment to Exorcist, that they were probably out of the running at that point anyway. That's just speculation on my part, but at least I'll fucking admit that. I don't imagine them being like, no, we're literally going to do the same thing with Nightmare that we did with Halloween, that we're doing with Exorcist, which is not tracking on the eye test to do all that well, especially with the day and date release for the $400 million we spent on it. And now we're going to apply that exact same strategy as well to A Nightmare on Elm Street. I don't see it happening. That's just me. And honestly, I hope Blumhouse does not get Nightmare on Elm Street. I think that they've got enough going on, and I would love to see New Line retain the rights to it. I would love to see A24 get it, something like that, and then they could have a little bit of Freddy and a little bit of Jason, you know what I'm saying? Those are things I would like to see. I've had enough of Blumhouse just doing this. I mean, I don't... Like, a requel with Nancy coming back is far more interesting than a lot of other requels, for sure. With Heather Langenkamp coming back, that idea is neat. But also, I think the Freddy franchise has some amazing sequels that I would not want to see just cast aside. I think Freddy is very easy to just take forward and take into a new realm. I see no reason to go back and attach it directly to the original. I just don't see a reason to do that with Nightmare on Elm Street. He's Freddy Krueger. He haunts teenagers. You bring in new teenagers that have interesting personalities and whatever and backstories and arcs, and Freddy's the thing you need. So I hate to be so negative, Nancy. See what I did there? I really do, but it's so tiresome watching people just lie like that. Now, there's a world where fucking Blumhouse does end up with the rights to Nightmare on Elm Street, and they do win the bidding war. But the people who are saying this is not happening versus the people who are saying it is, it's like getting on an airplane and having a seasoned pilot ready to fly the plane who's like, no, this is how we fly the plane. And then Joe Bob in the back goes, nah, I played Flight Simulator 9. I can fly this piece of shit better than you can. And then someone being like, yeah, we believe that fucking guy. I mean, that's what it feels like right now. And still yet, I don't understand it. I don't get it, Joe Johnson III. I made scrambled eggs. And that's where we sit. So we sit right back in the same position that we were in, except for there's murmurings around that it's possible that maybe New Line grabs this thing, and I hope that they do. But yeah, didn't want to make that video, but if I don't, and by the way, Scream update video coming out later as well, so make sure you click subscribe and have the bell clicked on so you see that when it comes out, actual real Scream news, following up off the stuff that happened yesterday that's really expanded to this point. So make sure you have the bell clicked so that you get that video. But I knew that any video we make or anything you talk about, everybody's going to be talking about it, and like I didn't even want to make a video about this topic because it's based on such horse poopy. But it does feel like that bidding war theme is getting sort of corroborated now from several different places. So at least it seems like that may be true. So in a sense, there is some news deep down in the crack of this one, but it's not what's being purported by the V-Scooper. I don't know. I'm getting sweaty. I'm going to go outside and touch some grass with my dick. And also, by the way, what studio would you like to see Nightmare on Elm Street go to? Comment down below. Let me know. I love your all's fucking faces. I hope you guys have an amazing day.
Hello, listener. Do you like scary movies? What's your favorite scary movie? Well, Jay and Mike like scary movies too. You should go and subscribe to their podcast, We Watched a Movie. Because if you don't, I'll gut you like a... Well, I think you get the idea. Enjoy yourselves while you still can.